Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you the events in England yesterday in which Millwall, which is a soccer team, were kneeling in support of BLM. And it started with soccer fans, the soccer players, and then it moved on to police, etc., bending the knee. And you're going to see that the people who they're bending the knee to don't appreciate it in any kind of respectful way, but it's more of they are acknowledging that we are essentially bending the knee to their ideology, and you're going to see what I mean. Of course, the fans at the soccer game booed. Both teams' fans booed both teams. Now, the fans are being attacked by mainstream media as usual, like we all know they would be. But, of course, we know that the reason why they are booing is because people aren't stupid. People know what this organisation's about, and it is an organisation, a Marxist organisation. They know what it's about. I know what it's about, and I should imagine you know what it's about too. So let's get into this video. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video around. That'll help me stay competitive with the likes of CNN, MSNBC, and the like, who, if they have their own way, will be the only choice you have. And I need your help now more than ever, because YouTube is unfortunately sectioning off and trying to throttle the reach of independent commentary channels. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first clip is the soccer players kneeling and the fans' response to that.
Then there's midfield two of Woods and Leonard. In midfield, the three of Jed Wallace, Ben Thompson and Shane Ferguson-Smith up top. Go through those subs again, and they've got Frank Fielding, Sean Williams, Alex Pearce, John Daddy Bavardson, Troy Parrott, Scalak, Alexander, Bury and Muller. For Derby County, Marshall in goal, then Byrne, Davis, Clark and Forsyth, holding to Shinny.
So that kind of set the scene for the rest of the match. I mean, they're lucky really, because of the Rona situation, there's not too many fans in the terraces. That's what we here in Britain call the seating, or in many cases the standing areas, because in a lot of places in British soccer fields, and I'm using the American word, we call it football, but hey, most of my viewers are American, so I'll call it soccer. So they're lucky really, because if there was the usual 10,000, 20, 30,000 soccer fans there, you would hear boos across the whole city, and you never normally hear that. Usually when they cheer, you can hear it across the city. But never before in any soccer game has there ever been a united booing front at both teams from both teams' fans and supporters. The fans and supporters who, I may add, pay for these players ludicrously high salaries. Now, BLM and the neo-Marxists that make up BLM don't pay for these. They don't even watch football, soccer for the most part. They're not interested in that. They're into much more malignant, damaging to society activities. So watch this again, because there's something I want to point out. Even the players turn around all shocked when they hear it.
Cooper, Wallace, then there's midfield two of Woods and Leonard. In midfield, the three of Jed Wallace, Ben Thompson and Shane Ferguson-Smith up top. Go through those subs again, and they've got Frank Fielding, Sean Williams, Alex Pearce, John Daddy Bavardson, Troy Parrott, Scalak, Alexander, Bury.
So you can see the players tilt their head around to the fans to see, look, what's going on, because they've never seen anything like it. I would wager that a lot of these football players, the soccer players, probably don't even know what they're kneeling for. Don't get me wrong, they know that they're kneeling for quote-unquote BLM, but they don't really know what BLM stands for. They actually think it stands for pushing for civil rights, which it doesn't. It actually proposes curtailing civil rights. For example, on the website, which is no longer on there, but it has been archived, so you can find it through the archives, these archiving websites. But on BLM's real website, actual website, they had for a long time on their mission statement what they wanted to do, and it had things like to combat quote-unquote whiteness, whatever whiteness is. I have no idea what that means. They also they wanted to push for the ending of the nuclear family. You know what I mean by nuclear family? One mother, one father, 3 children, a white picket fence, a car, a garage, a mortgage, that type of thing. They wanted to end all of that. 2 holidays a year in the sun somewhere. They wanted to end all of that. And only after a big stink was kicked up that they actually removed it from their actual website, but it's still on the archived websites. Next, we have a BLM demonstration that was happening in London. Now, this guy here is just a photographer, I believe, but here's the police, and these are British cops. Wait until you see what they do when they kneel, and the reaction from these people at the back there. They are the Lives Matter type people who respond with jeering and kind of "we've won" type of sentiments. Take a look.
They're asking the police to take a knee. It's going to be very controversial if they do, very controversial if they don't.
So they've demanded that the British police take the knee. It doesn't solve anything at all if you think about it, really. What is it going to do for anyone other than it's an acknowledgement that you are bending the knee to them? It's subservience. It is you've won, basically. That's what it means. When someone bends the knee, it means that you are subservient to them. So you can only see that one side's cheering here, not the other side. One side has won, one side has lost. These people in these high-vis jackets who were supposedly police officers, they're meant to actually represent the law. They're not there to bow down to people who want to knock things down and set buildings. That's not why the British police force exists. If you want to do that, don't apply to be a police officer. That's not your job. And then the other side here, the demonstrators they've covered their faces, and I don't just mean with Rona masks, I mean they're wearing balaclavas, all that type of stuff. They look like they should be in downtown Baghdad or Mosul or or somewhere in Afghanistan.
So they have all taken a knee. They've all taken a knee. They have all taken a knee. Every single one of them has taken.
So look, here, this is what I like. This police officer here is trying to tell this guy to go back. You can't... How stupid, right? You can't tell someone to get back, go back. You know, you cannot enforce your authority on someone if you're on your knees. Look, take a look.
Every
See?
single one of them have all taken a knee. Every single one of them.
So he says stay back, and the other guy doesn't stay back. He just walks on, because why wouldn't he? You have no authority when you're on your knees. What do you think it means? What? It's meant the same thing it is always meant since antiquity. People have always bent the knee when they submit to someone else's ideology, rule, law, authority. Someone on their knees does not have the right then to say, "Oh, stand back, sir. Will you stand back, sir?" And then you can't. And then he just looks away because he knows he can't enforce any law when he's down on his knees. Who can?
Them has taken a knee. They're asking the police to take a knee. It's going to be very controversial if they do, very controversial if they don't.
Well, I think that's only half right. I think it would be very controversial if they do, not if they don't. Why should you? What would happen if you asked them to take a knee? Would they do it? Of course not. They would say, "I don't kneel to police. I don't kneel to cops." So why should the other side do the same thing? I will leave you with this. What has changed? What did bending the knee to people who have been doing a lot of very bad things, pulling statues down, destroying buildings, stealing things? This is BLM. I'm not talking about particular individuals. I'm talking about the organisation. Taking a knee to them. What has it done at the end of the day? Have we woken up and suddenly there are no prisons, there are no courts, there are no... Everyone lives in a utopia? Has that happened? No. So really, what did it do other than embolden people who want to destroy quote unquote whiteness and capitalism? What has it done? Anyway, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this and the soccer players with their... Hey, look, at least in the soccer players, at least they did one thing that I've never seen before. They managed to unite the fans of both teams against them. Against the soccer players, the soccer teams. That takes some doing. Yeah, that takes a special level of stupid to do that. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video around. We could do with your help now more than ever, because YouTube does try to clamp down on independent commentary channels. Only takes a second to share it. It'll really help me out. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you. See you in the next one. Goodbye.